Y'all already know what it is. Your boy Yaakov. What it do? The outlet to reality. The holdest podcast in Vegas and Chicago. What up? This is the place where you want to hide from your drama, or maybe hide from your baby mama. Cha-ching. But anyways, man, guys, I'm really thankful y'all for listening, staying tuned. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Cha-ching. And today we have a special guest. Y'all not gonna believe this. This is one of the top DJs in Vegas who has performed at Drai's, High Lounge, and many more. Give it up for DJ Sincere. Oh, brother.
Hey, what's going on? Appreciate you having me on.
Oh, of course, man. It was hard, man. I had to call a few people, get a hold of you. So it was a big deal, man. I'm already sweating because I was nervous. I was like, man, this is probably our biggest star right here. So, but real quick, I want to share a little quick story that happened to me yesterday, actually. So I invited my friend. It was her birthday, and we were gonna go out to dance and stuff like that. And while I'm waiting for her in the car, usually, guys always get to the woman's house early, like usual.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting in the car and stuff, looking fresh, and I see this random young girl come to my car, and she knocks on the door like doo doo doo. Right away, I could tell she's about to ask for some money, and she's going like this, money, but I don't bring cash. I never bring cash, so I go like this, like trying to not,
Yeah.
And she goes boom, 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 and she keeps knocking. I'm like, man, this girl sounds. I need to get out, and I'm kind of stuck because the way I'm parked, I'm kind of parked in, so like I couldn't really turn right or left. I had like two things blocking me, and you're not gonna believe it. She starts hitting my window like and try to opens the door. And I'm freaking out at this point because I'm like, man, this is the middle of the night.
Yeah.
This girl really is trying to get in my car. And I told her I don't want to open the door. And so I guess I pretend I was gonna call the police like in my phone. And she still was getting crazy, start shaking my car. I don't have a big SUV, but I have a small car. And she kept doing it. Man, I swear I was really scared. So I was like, first I could probably like run over her foot, but I don't want to do that. And especially like I don't want to hurt no women. So I'm like, oh man, I'm screwed. So what I did, I kind of waited a bit. She eventually left, but she didn't leave until like 15 or 20 minutes. And I left, and I could tell like she was probably on some drugs because like half of her shirt was like missing, and the way she was walking was kind of like stumbling like that. And it broke my heart. She was so young. She looked like 25 or 26. So I'm like, damn, man. And I told the girl when she came back, my friend, I was gonna take her out. I'm like, girl, I'm glad you came because I was gonna ask for some backup because I know I'm not gonna do anything, but it was just the craziest thing I've ever experienced like that.
Oh
But
yeah, sounds like it.
right. But luckily
I
I'm
wouldn't
back.
have been I wouldn't have known what to do. I would have been probably like that's some weird situation to be in.
Right? And I knew if I opened the window, dude, she could have done anything to me. Could have like
Yeah.
pulled off a knife or a gun, and right there I'm screwed.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to be in Channel 9 yet, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. But enough about me. Today, let's get to the main topic. DJ Sincere. I'm glad you're here again. I mean, this is an honor. First DJ actually ever to have. We've had like politicians. We had like YouTubers, but we've never had a DJ. And I've always wanted to have you, to be honest.
I
And
appreciate it. Thank you.
yeah, of course, of course. And I noticed we actually have a mutual friend. I can't think of her last name, but she works at Rock House. Alex, she's like a manager. I and I think it's pretty cool because her spot, like they used to have a DJ booth, and I promoted her spot actually last episode. So I feel like, man, it's pretty cool to have you there, man. And so real quick, one of the first questions I want to ask is, uh, for our fans to know, tell us a little bit about your background, your hobbies, or what neighborhood you came from or grew up in.
Yeah, actually, I'm originally from Chicago, and I've lived there, born and raised, and then I moved to Vegas about 12 years ago, 12 and a half years ago. So, and originally I started DJing in Chicago probably. I was trying to think of a timeline when you were talking to me because it feels like it's been 15, but now it's been closer to 20 years. Because I started when I was like 19, and then one of my buddies was working at a bar in Chicago that's not there anymore, but it was up in like, where was it? Like Lincoln Park area. He's like, I got to play hip hop, but I don't know how to really play it. You know how to play it. Come DJ with me. And I'm like, I don't even know how to like really DJ yet. So I was kind of like forced into it. And ever since then, just that's all I've done. So,
Wow. I think that's amazing that you're from Chicago because I actually just moved from Chicago a year ago too. And I love Chicago. I still think Chicago has the best food, hands down.
oh, yeah. I mean, I love the city itself. If it wasn't for winter 7, 8 months out of the year, I probably would say it'd be hands down the best city if it was in a warm climate. But, you know, some people just don't like winter. So.
Right. That's true. That's true. And what was the name of the spot that you performed your first place?
It was this bar called Bordeaux's. It was on the like strip of all the bars in Lincoln Park. I forget the name of the street, but it was just like one of those things I just got thrown into, and then it just kind of snowballed from there, and it eventually became a career
Wow.
instead of a hobby. So
And is it like the Vegas like they hire you to come here like full time and then that's why you left everything or how did it work?
originally, so I was working at a bunch of places in Chicago, and I just kind of felt like I met my potential there, and I there was like had kind of felt like there was nowhere I couldn't really go much higher. I wasn't into doing radio or anything like that. I was just a club DJ, and I was young at the time, and I just decided I'm going to move to Vegas. I had played there a few times, and I was like, I feel like I can get a better, uh, I can step up my career further if I move to Vegas. So I just took a chance, and I didn't have any work lined up, anything like that. Just kind of moved on a whim.
Wow, man. And to be honest, like I've seen your pictures like on Instagram. It's so cool. Like the spots you're at, like it just it's so cool. Like even like the crowds is big and
Hmm.
I think it's amazing to I feel like you're a good DJ if you could keep the people staying and like moving and dancing. Cause I've seen some DJs like yesterday I went to a spot and the DJ he he was kind of like not really there. Like he kept playing the same genre with the same style. And I was like, bro, what's going on with this DJ? And my friend who happens to be a DJ as well, my best friend, she's from Virginia. And so she's like, man, this guy, I'm glad I'm not working today because I would have criticized this guy. And she told me,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So it's true. Like other DJs could see like other people's, mistakes, especially if you've been in for a long time. But man, I'm really like impressed. And honestly, I get a lot of people, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of young people that actually want to be a DJ. So they gave me the idea to, I was looking like, man, which DJ should I find it that I should bring on the podcast? I actually thought of you right away because I'm like, man, this guy,
Okay.
what I'm saying? I
I
gotta,
appreciate it. No, that's a real honor. So.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Because I know there's a lot of young people that they feel like they already know what's their passion. They just don't know, like, I guess they're stuck. Like, man, what I have to do to get where I gotta be? And I know for you, it took time. Like people think it's like real fast, but it's stages, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, so originally when I started, I was still going to college, and I was going for graphic design, and I thought that was going to be my career. And then towards the end of school, DJing became more of a hobby, and I was picking up more and more work. And it was like, okay, I could turn this into a career and actually make a living off it. And I'm going to finish my schooling. I mean, I wanted to make my parents happy, get a college degree and all that.
Yeah.
But also for myself, as I knew this, you know, it's one of those jobs where it's not, you're working, but tomorrow it could be all gone. So it's not, you don't have, and you didn't have up until recently unemployment or anything like that. You're an independent contractor. So if you lost your gigs, you know, there was no more money coming in. Like, it's one of those tough things where it's like, if you have a job and you're working for a salary or something like that, and you get fired or you get laid off, you can go collect unemployment. So it keeps you working hard because it's in a sense, you're hustling every day. You know, you're working for that next gig. So if you get an opportunity, it could be your one shot. And, you know, if you do good, it leads to other stuff. If you do bad, that could be a wrap, you know?
Yeah, yeah, it's
So,
true.
and I've had both experiences where I've done awesome and it led to more opportunities. And I've had experiences where it just didn't work out and that was it.
Wow. And this like because I don't know, everybody got hit different with this pandemic, right? Especially in Vegas. Did you feel like um it was hard? Like it was hard, like were you, is that why like you started to do Twitch on the side, like during the pandemic?
uh, so at first, you know, I mean, as everybody kind of said, you know, you thought it was going to last maybe like a month. And then as that month, you know, the March started progressing, I'm like, this is not something that's gonna, you know, especially live events and stuff. I don't see them, you know, I was trying to be like realistic and think it could be till summer before stuff comes back. And then when summer came, I'm like, I think it might be a year before that stuff comes back. And so at that time, you know, obviously we're not working. So I just was like, well, what can I do to still keep myself doing what I'm doing? And a lot of people jumped on Instagram live, but there was, you know, that was the first thing. And then copyright issues. So you were getting shut down. And then a few DJs had already been on Twitch, but they started to make that move. And so I was like, you know, I kind of I knew the gaming platform, but I didn't think of it as being able to broadcast like myself on it. And then once I saw it, I was hooked. Like, I'm like, this is kind of a really cool new thing for me because obviously I can still DJ, but like it allows me to do other stuff too, like design wise, all that kind of stuff. I get to set up my own layouts for Twitch and all that. So it's a lot of fun.
Wow. And how, because I've never done Twitch. I know some people they do it. How do you like is it very similar like Instagram where, or not Instagram, I'm trying to think like Facebook Live where you just go live right away and then you upload it, or how does it
I
work?
mean, there's a lot more to it. That was the first thing of understanding it is it's you know, you have to get like this certain program. I mean, there's free programs out there to run it, but you have to run it off like a different computer. Then you can run it off your phone, but if you want to get like real detailed with graphics and all that kind of stuff and sound quality, it's you run it through like a different program and then on a different computer and all that kind of stuff. So the problem is with Twitch is like a lot of people didn't want to go to it right away because not a lot of people understand Twitch. Like your basic person that just is like, I don't want to download another app. What, you know, I have friends that I've tried to get to watch me on it and stuff and support me. And they're like, I don't understand this. I'm not going to take the time to really understand it. And I mean, it's not complicated, but I'm the same way with stuff sometimes where I'm like, I don't want to add this other app. I have my collection of apps
Right. That's true.
So,
Wow, man, that's amazing, man. And real quick, I wanted to ask you something too. Who are your inspirations that you look up to as a DJ?
um, there's I mean, I have inspirations of people that taught me, and then I have inspirations of people, careers I'd idolize. Like, I'd say definitely growing up or as I progressed in DJing, DJ AM was like the pinnacle for open format. And, sadly, he's not with us anymore. But like, and I got to work with him, which I was fortunate to see him live and do his thing was like the most amazing thing ever. And that was like someone I looked up to and was like, I want to be like this person. I want to have this person's career. And he was at that peak for DJs. And I'd say currently now, I look up to like people I'd want to have or be on the same level with would be like obviously DJ Vice is a big one, like DJ Five, Eric Deluxe, like those guys are just progressing their careers and like being these open format DJs, which I consider myself the same thing. I don't consider myself stuck to one genre of music. So, and that's kind of what open format is. You play everything when you're at the club, from hip hop to house to reggaeton to everything. Just touch all bases. So
Right. And that's cool you said house because Chicago, we're known to come up
yeah.
with house. So you got to bring it back. That's the jam. And also too, I've noticed that and me, leaving Chicago to Vegas, I've noticed that in the clubs, the ones I've been to, right, they've been playing a lot of reggaeton, and reggaeton wasn't really big like growing up. It wasn't really big in the nightclubs. It's mostly hip hop. So I thought it was really interesting because you have other DJ, the one that did the song Taki Taki with Cardi B. I'm trying to think of the DJ's name.
Oh, DJ Snake.
Snake, yeah. He's
Yeah.
doing a lot of songs that are reggaeton beat because reggaeton beat is like do 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 do. Like it has that same, and it's very popular to see like a lot of people are bringing it now, like very like mainstream now. It's just shocking for me because I actually I didn't think it was gonna happen. I thought, you got to be in the Spanish club to hear some, Spanish
Mhm.
song. You know what I'm saying?
Well, especially here in Vegas, I mean, they've actually like where you never really played any type of Latin music. And then within the past few years, obviously from the song Despacito kind of like brought the whole Latin music to a mainstream. And now, I mean, I'm playing at least 20 minutes of it every time I go out somewhere, at least throwing in a little bit. And I'm always getting people asking me to play it. And I mean, I enjoy it, most of it. A lot of it I don't understand because I don't speak Spanish, but you can understand they follow song structure. So you can just kind of like search for repetitive words and then you know where the chorus is in a sense. And it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it.
Oh
So,
wow, that's pretty cool technique. That's pretty dope.
I mean, I took tons of Spanish in high school and all that, and it kind of went right over my head. But you pick it up, so it's kind of like they follow like a certain song structure, whereas like hip hop now really doesn't. So some songs may not even have a chorus, whereas like reggaeton and Latin music, they're gonna have a chorus or a hook somewhere. So.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie. Nowadays, a lot of rappers, the new guys. I'm talking about the new kids.
Mhm.
Like Blueface and NBA Young and all those. They sound like I don't even know what they're saying. Even Amigos.
Yeah,
They be like Pikachu, and I don't know
a
what
mumble rap.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's why I like Eminem. I think Eminem is one of the best rappers. I'm glad he dissed most of them because he basically showed what is a real rap. Like he and he's like, till this day, he's still one of my favorite rappers. I think lyrically, he's amazing. I thought it was crazy. I don't know if you saw the video when him and MGK, like, well, MGK did a diss song against Eminem.
I mean, I heard about it. I don't, I kind of like follow that. I definitely saw the video when he did the freestyle in the garage in Detroit.
Yeah,
But I kind of like stay away from that. I mean, as a DJ, I have to listen to kind of all types of music because obviously it playing in a club, even if I don't like that song, I still have to play it.
yeah,
So I listen to that type of stuff, and then as my own personal self, I have my own personal taste in music, whether it's stuff I play out I enjoy or just songs I know I'll never be able to play in a club that I personally just want to listen to. So I follow that, and but I didn't like give it 100% attention, to be honest. So
got you. That's a good answer. I like that. And what about this, DJ Sincere? How did you get your name, your stage name?
it's kind of funny. So when I first started, my buddy was like, "You have to come up with a DJ name," and I'm like, "I don't really know, like, especially if it's gonna stick." And there was already like, because my initials for my real name are PJ, so my buddies were like, "Do DJ PJ," and I'm like, "That's kind of cheesy." And there actually already was, because back in the day, I don't know if you remember, before, I mean, there was the internet and stuff, but you didn't, like, if you had like DJ mixes were sold at those little kiosks at the mall,
Yeah,
and you'd go get, and they'd have like CDs, and that's where you get your compilation stuff from. So if you wanted to hear a wide range of music, you'd go get a DJ compilation at the kiosk or something like that. And I had seen there was already a DJ PJ, so I'm like, I don't want to take somebody else's name, and if they already got a rep. So at the time, I think Belly had just come out, and Nas's character was named Sincere. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to call myself DJ Sincere. And that just stuck.
oh, I like it because it's like Sincere. It's like kind of like you don't know what to expect. Like, I'm nice, but I'm about to throw a party down.
Well, and then I kind of played off when I had already been doing it before I moved to Vegas, but I capitalized the SIN in, so it's like sincere, like, kind of word play, kind of something I just had always kind of done. And it kind of, when I moved to, Las Vegas, Sin City, it was like, oh, okay. So
yeah, it actually goes with it because the sin, like, it is a sin city.
mhm.
So, dude, it's like meant to be. Like you were meant
Yeah.
to be in Vegas. I mean, that's the truth. That is so
Well, I
crazy.
never thought I'd be here 12 years, and I don't have any plans on leaving anytime soon. So,
Yeah, that's good, man. Don't leave yet. Don't leave. I just got here, so don't leave. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Oh man, and I wanted to ask you too, man. Like, this is kind of, as a guy, I have to ask this question. You being a DJ, I know you probably had a lot of girls, chasing you and be like, "Oh my gosh, that's a DJ!" Like going crazy, going up, maybe taking pictures with you. I mean, am I right or wrong, or?
It's a mix of both. I think that, there's always that mystique to it, like, oh, there's the DJ, but really, like, especially sometimes the venues I work at, it's like you may have, either the DJ booth isn't accessible, so you don't have people bothering you like that in a sense, or like girls that are allowed to like actually come close to you and talk, or there's other spots where they are and they kind of like will talk to you, but I'm also trying to work, so it's like, I can't just sit there and like let a song play for 5 minutes while I'm trying to talk to this girl over here. and then hope that they stick around till the end of the night when I'm done, which could be like 6 a.m. You know, they're not gonna stick around for that. Every once in a while, though, you know, it does happen, but
Right.
it's not like an everyday thing where it's, you know. But then I'll leave that mystery to, you know.
All right, cool. I like that. Like, and also I've noticed that I don't know if all the places are like that. I've never seen this, but in Vegas I see it more. So, Inspire, which is on Fremont Street, that club right there, on the second floor, they have a DJ, but this is the weird part. They have a bodyguard that's always next to that DJ. So request a song, like the DJ would be like, no. You can't even like go like, hey, what's up? Like he'll be like, oh no. Like he's a big dude. Sometimes they're real short, even shorter than me. I don't know how he got a DJ. I mean, not DJ, how he became a bodyguard. But it's just weird. I've never seen something like that. I don't know. I don't know. I was gonna ask you if they have it like that for you over there.
It depends on the spot. You know, like certain spots, like I said, there's like before, you know, the shutdown, I worked at this club called Light, and it's this big elevated DJ booth that is only accessible from the back of house. So you have to have a wristband to get, and then they have like two tables behind the DJ booth where, you know, the headliner has his table, and then the opener or closer has their table for their friends. And so only a certain amount of people are allowed back there, and no one else. You if you're on the dance floor, you can try and yell and shout at me, but I'm not going to hear you, let alone even if I did try and hear what your request was, I'm not going to be able to hear it. And then there's other venues where people can come up to me, and I'll openly like let somebody, if they don't like just come up and like try and get in my face and bug me while I'm trying to work. If they're patient and like let me mix my song, and then I go, yeah, what do you want to hear? And, you know, and they're like, hey, do you think you could throw this in or that in? And then if they tip, honestly, then I'll be like, okay, yeah, I can do that, you know. But
Damn.
I'm not going to go out of my way for somebody that is rude to me, or expecting that if they tap me on my shoulder while I'm trying to work and play for everybody in the club because they want to personally hear a song. You know, I always like kind of let them know, like, I'm playing for everybody here, not just you.
Right. No, that's a good idea. I'm actually gonna start doing that because I didn't even think about that. Like, to give some money to the DJ just to show appreciation. Because if I just go like, hey, bro, let me, play that song, my girl's right there. I just need to dance with her. You're right. It does make it seem like a selfish act. Like I just want the song for me and to please that girl, but that song may not be like for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So you have a good point.
Well, and you look at it as, if you want to hear a song and there's a jukebox, you got to put money in that box. You can't go pick up a song, for free. So, it's the same way with the DJ is how I look at it. As far as tipping, and it's a lot of times people will have requests and I'm not expecting them to give me money. If they do, then yeah, I'll make sure to accommodate them. If not, it may be a song I'm like, hey, you know what, I'm already planning on playing this, so give me a few minutes and you'll hear it. Like you'll eventually, I'm not going to play it right next, but I'll play it. And the whole point is for us to keep people there. So I'm not, especially if they do have a request, I'm not going to be like, oh, or the common phrase is, hey, we're about to leave. Do you think you could play this song? No, why am I going to play this song if you're about to leave?
Right. Oh man, it's crazy. Yeah, like one time when I went to Inspire, right? I went there, I gotta say February. I think February, yeah. And I didn't have any friends, I just moved here. I don't have family or friends. So I literally just start having conversation with a couple people, and they had to be girls. So
Yeah.
I start dancing with them, and the DJ started noticing it, and even the bartenders. So the bartenders were like, "Hey, look, you could drink whatever you want, just keep people dancing." That's what she told me. I'm like, man, it's an honor if I could still, give free shots. So I was just, doing my thing. And it was so cool because the DJ was like, man, he was real cool about it. He kept giving me a high five because he's like, bro, you kept telling me, bro, you got skills. I like that. Because the thing is, like, I actually teach dance on the sides. So I work full time job, but I have my dance that I do, and I teach cumbia, which is like a very traditional Colombian type of music. Has that
Oh
that's
yeah,
yeah.
I've learned the Latin genres as the Latin music became popular. You have your all there's I always thought it was just reggaeton, and then I was like, oh, let me expand my mind and like you know find all this stuff out. So
Right. And the cool thing is like cumbia, to be honest with you, it's not really big in Vegas. I would say Chicago is actually big cumbia because a lot of Mexicans are in Chicago. And if you go to a quinceañera or you go to like a birthday party, they're gonna play Selena. They're gonna play that cumbia. Here in Vegas, I've only heard it once at a club, to be honest with you, which I don't mind. But when I teach cumbia, right, in at the studio, I actually call it the Chicago style cumbia because I'm trying to bring back that Chicago feel, that vibe, trying to bring it back
hmm
here. And because right now, like you said, reggaeton and bachata, they're like the biggest for Latin music. People like that ding, 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 all that guitar and people close. So pa, pa, you know what I'm saying? But for me, the thing I like about cumbia when I dance it, right? And it's cool because I actually came up with a new idea of it. I call it the social distancing dance. And the reason why, because cumbia is the only dance that you'll dance with your partner and you push them away. It's not all
huh.
about close up or like, oh, I'm gonna do a lot of turns. It's actually pushing them away and getting your own space. And I like that because nowadays everything's all about 6 feet apart. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I'm like, hey, this is my time to shine. That's it. And it's cool because every time I teach, I always wear my jerseys, like Chicago Bears, Cubs. I was gonna ask you something. Cubs fan or a Sox fan? I gotta know because you're from Chicago.
I'd say Cubs, just because I grew up like when I was first living in Chicago. I lived on the north side, um, and then I moved back down there a little bit when I was in my college years. I lived on a block away from Wrigley Field, actually. So I was always kind of a Cubs fan more than a Sox, but I'd probably in my lifetime been to more Sox games than Cubs games. So.
Oh wow. But I'm gonna be real. The Sox Stadium, I think they have one of the best foods. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. Well, yeah, they had the. I mean, I always would go in the United Center, and so they always had similar stuff because the same owner owned the Bulls and the White Sox, so it was kind of always similar stuff.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Jerry. What was his name? Jerry. Not. Uh, I was just watching the Last Dance, like when it came out over the summer.
Yeah.
And yeah, they own the White Sox too, so that's why like their food was always pretty good.
Wow, that's amazing, man. And last question, man. I gotta ask the very, very last. So, what advice would you give to young people that want to start like a career as a DJ?
Say definitely like try and master the craft first. Everybody like especially we've been talking like as DJs, being able to go on Twitch that there I've seen a few that like will have a following but really don't understand or have like a good fundamentals of DJing. And there's some people like that might have great fundamentals of DJing but not a great music selection, so it's kind of a balance of both. And I think just mastering that, and then it's networking. Like where I got to where I'm at in my career was constantly networking. When I first started out, I didn't have many gigs, but I was constantly going out, trying to meet people. I mean, obviously, I was young, so I'm like, oh, I want to go out and have fun. But I was also like, let me try and bounce to as many spots as I can, get introduced to the right people from meeting other people. And then, you kind of build relationships. So,
Wow. I like that networking. That's really good. I think
I
that's
mean, that's kind of half of the DJ game, is because there's nowhere where you go online and they have a job application for a DJ gig, for the most part, unless you're dealing with like corporate stuff. Nightclub stuff is word of mouth, meeting, knowing the GM, knowing the promoter, that all that type of stuff. So
wow. So do you have to like constantly like call them like when you finally get their
uh I was
contact?
never one to I didn't want to be that annoying person, but there was a fine boundary between staying relevant in somebody's ear and then annoying them, because sometimes you might annoy somebody and they like either like, I can't stand this person anymore, or all right, let me just give him an opportunity so he can leave me alone after that type. And then you may not even get a gig out of it because they just want you to leave them alone in a sense. So there is a fine line between being over aggressive and under aggressive.
Wow. No, that's true. Because yeah, for sure, if you start messaging them every day, they're gonna be like, "Nah, I'm not gonna reply."
Yeah.
But if you kind of like you said, like maybe
Yeah. Check in here and there. Hey, just following up, seeing what's going on. I mean, I still do that myself because we're slowly coming back online, that the people I know, I just want to make sure, hey, when you guys reopen, don't forget about me, that I worked, for you. I'm still here. So,
yeah, yeah. Oh, that's good. I like that. That's really good advice. So I'm gonna close it up. DJ
okay.
Sincere. This is the outlet to reality, the holdest podcast in Vegas and Chicago. And don't forget, guys, every Tuesday, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Cha-ching! And DJ Sincere, where can my fans find you?
Right now I'm on Twitch, and that's, you can just log on. It's twitch.tv, and then it'd be /DJ Sincere Shy. So DJSINCERECHI is my username. And that's across all boards: Instagram, Facebook. If you want to search podcasts on iTunes, just, Mixcloud, all that stuff. So
Perfect, perfect. Thank you, thank you.